um let's look at this 15 minutes time frame. So yesterday on the live class here, I told you guys already that dollar index took out. Dollar index expounded, broke structure here. I was expecting it to come back to this region to give us what, a bullish entry. Why it already did that before the morning shower. So I told you guys that a possible retracement to that to give us what, an expansion to fill up this fair value gap here. So now that was what exactly happened. So I told you guys that you guys should anticipate a sell on dollar index today, which is Wednesday, that there is a possibility of dollar index selling off to come back to do what, to take out liquidity resting here and probably trading into this region where I was expecting market to come to on Monday, and market did not come to. So basically that's actually what I'm looking out for on the market today, being Wednesday. So nothing has changed yet. So I'm looking to see the market trade lower to either come back to this region or possibly bounce off somewhere around this region. So let's look at daily time frame a bit. So now if you look at daily time frame, you see that we have a region here where the market has bounced off. So I'm looking at the market probably coming back to this place, which this daily order block, which it has not retested, or probably bouncing off around this region where I've highlighted here. So these are the places I'm actually looking out for market to react to. So if you look at 4 hours time frame also, you see that the sell is already very active. The market has really given a good kind of formation for sell. So now how am I looking to engage this trade now? So if you watch already now, you see on this region, I'll come to 15 minutes time frame, we have some sort of failure swing here. So we have some sort of failure swing. We already have break of structure. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hope you guys can see my screen also.
Yes.
Okay, so now we had a break of structure to the downside already, having been the price has kind of reacted on my area of interest. So now basically I would want to see if this market will create a kind of a what is it called, a low here. Then if it returns back to this region, I would be looking for short opportunity around 95.700. So I'll be looking to go short around 95.700 on dollar index. So if I see good opportunity to sell here, if market comes back here at exactly the time I'm looking for it, so I'll be shorting here. So if I'm to be a seller here, I'll be monitoring what happens on price. Basically I would want price today. I would want price to take out all these things. I want price to take out this liquidity. I want price to even take out this, like basically my primary aim will be to see this market do something like this, just like I told you guys yesterday. So my primary aim will be to see the market do something like this, come back here, then bounce off and probably come here, and we see something to continue going higher. So this is basically what I'll be looking out for on dollar index today. So I'm still bearish on dollar index. So I'm bearish on dollar index for today, though we are bullish on dollar index for the week. But for today, I'm expecting the market to sell. I'm expecting it to sell. So owing to the fact that we are looking for bearish opportunity on dollar index. So now let's look at GBP and Euro USD and see what we can likely look out for. So coming to GBP USD, well, the news is already out. Okay. So now on GBP USD, so you guys know yesterday I told you guys to sell GBP USD around 1.16500. So and that was exactly where the market rejected at 1.16500. You guys could see that. So we had a very nice sell around 1.16500, which gave us about how many pips to the down? This is about 80 pips. So I think I existed somewhere around this region, 40 pips. So I told you guys that my sentiment has already changed about the market. That okay. So now I also made a comment that what I'm anticipating on Wednesday is what I'm seeing on the market already. So what was my reason to that now? So now, if you guys, let's go briefly to the daily time frame. So if you guys could remember, I told you guys that we're expecting what GBP USD to fall freely to somewhere around 1.33 thousand. So now, one thing you should understand is that the market cannot just keep on falling every day without not doing what this thing. So basically, how does this market work? This market definitely makes an expansion corrective move, So now, the buy now I'm anticipating is kind of a corrective move. Do you get? The buy I'm expecting is the kind of a corrective move. Okay, we have had a sell for 1, 2, 3 consecutive days. So definitely there should be a day that should do what, at least correct what has been how correct the market sell off. So the market has been selling, so they need to kind of gain some kind of momentum. Do you get? They need to get some kind of momentum. So that's just basically why looking for this buy opportunity now. So coming to this time frame now, you would see that coming to this time frame now, you see that we already have it that equal lows has been taken out, which is a liquidity area. Then we have another block here. Sitting here around 1.35800. So I knew basically that this other block should hold price, though it was against the trend, but definitely I knew it was going to hold price. So now if you check very well now, you notice that this market never came back to this premium price where we were looking to sell on last week, where we were looking to sell. Market never came back to that region. We completely lost out on this trade. So now I think this was on Friday. Market never came back to where we were looking to what, sell. So now definitely they need something to do what, to bring price to that region, because it needs to be repriced to that region. So for it to be repriced to that region, so definitely there's no that dip that is accepted for that to happen. So if you understand weekly profile, you know what I'm talking about. So the market needs to do what? The market needs to reprice back to this region before we continue going down. So now that is just basically the psychology behind it. So we already took a long entry here, which gave me a stop loss of 20 pips. So I had a stop loss of 20 pips on this, and as you can see already, 1:1 has already been achieved. So we already have the market giving me 36 pips. I've already broken even and taken out partial on this. So now, how can we look to engage this trade? How can we look to engage this trade this morning now? So now we have it that the market is already open. So now I don't like the kind of candle pattern this market is printing. It's not encouraging. Okay, and we also had a GBP news also just now, so I expected it to give the market some kind of volatility to the upside. So you had the CPI, so you see we had CPI, so I think the inflation rate increased. So maybe after this I will still have to look into the news to know what the news is all about and how it tends to affect the market. So basically for me, I don't like the formation at all. I don't like the formation. So for now, I'm not seeing any entry. Only thing I'm just seeing is I'm just seeing liquidities. So we have all these things are just liquidities. So there are a tendency that this market might likely want to do what, come back and clear all this, probably returning back to this my entry, then before we see some kind of continuation to the upside. So there's tendency to that. So but for now I'm not seeing anything entirely different. I'm not seeing any bullish entry, I'm not seeing any bearish entry. So the market is just in kind of consolidating. So that is just basically what I'm seeing here on GBPSD. So there's no entry on GBPSD for now. So you guys knowing that we expecting the dollar index to sell, so you guys should just be of a little patient to the market and expect the market to give us what, a better entry. So all you should know is you should expect the market to do. So basically, I think if you come down to 5 minutes, let's be looking at that entry here, this 1.35 entry. That is still where I'm looking at price still coming back to probably to give us entry. So I think price should come back to take out all this liquidity. They should come back to take out all this liquidity, then give us a bullish entry. And I think this still corresponds with what we are looking at for on dollar index. Remember, we're expecting dollar index to return back to a particular region and bounce up. Exactly. So you see, dollar index is already coming back to where we expect it to come back and do what? Bounce down. So I think it's in line. It's in line. So let's just look at it and see what happens at it. So why that's that for GBP/USD. So let's look at Euro USD. Okay. So now Euro USD yesterday. I told you guys I'm expecting this market to do what? I want to see this market to probably come back up and do what? Clear this region. I was still looking at 1.14500 as an area where I'm looking to short. So unfortunately, Euro USD just consolidates, and the next thing, it keep on dropping all throughout yesterday. So now, if you guys remember yesterday, I told you guys that I am not going to sell Euro USD, and the market, the candlestick here looks somehow that is not encouraging, that we have some kind of region here whereby I'm anticipating that it can likely hold price and push price higher, right? So now looking at Euro USD now this morning. So basically, you guys should understand that Euro USD has lots of liquidity resting below here. We have lots of liquidity resting below here. So anything aside selling Euro USD, it's not a good thing. So if you are trading Euro USD, all you should be looking out for is what? Opportunity to short. So if the market is not giving you opportunity to short, so I don't see any reason why you should be going into a long position. So now coming back to here now. So now I anticipated the market to do what? To bounce off somewhere. I expected the market actually to bounce off here. So unfortunately, it broke this region, thereby taking out liquidity resting here. So we had liquidity resting here. So the market took out this region. So now, what am I expecting now? So I knew definitely this market is going to bounce off here because it has sold off for consecutive how many days? 3 days. 1, 2, 3. It has sold off for consecutive 3 days. So it needs to kind of recover a little bit. It needs to recover a little bit before it does what? It continue again. So since the market could not come back to this point of interest here, so I think we should also look at 1.1400 as another good area to short Euro USD. So let's see if the market can come back to around this region. If the market can come back around that region, it will be a very good area to do what? To short Euro USD. So let's look at it. So let's see if we can get a buy opportunity on Euro USD to probably that region before we talk about sell. So now if you look at this already, you see that the market is reacting there and the candlesticks are not encouraging. So naturally for me, whenever market comes into an area of interest here, I want to see the market immediately repelling from that region. So now, but if you look at this now, you see that the market is completely consolidating around that region. So I don't like that kind of market. So just like I told you guys yesterday, remember yesterday I told you guys that since this market is not giving me what I want, I'm staying off it completely. So you see, so the market is not giving me what I want, so the consolidation is not there. The market is just kind of very choppy. It's just choppy. The market just basically just consolidating. So it's just consolidating. So I think maybe the volatility will come into the market during New York section. Both GU and EU is just kind of choppy. So let's see if the volatility will come into the market. But just understand that Euro USD needs to buy. It needs to buy to come back to somewhere around this region for us to be able to see a short entry. So that's just it about Euro USD. So let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. Okay. So here on gold. So okay, already deleted my setup here. So here on gold, yesterday we talked about we expecting a market to come back to where. So I told you guys we're expecting market to come back to this region for us to be able to do what? To short. I told you guys we're expecting market to come back to this region for us to be able to short. So you guys see how the market traded away for a little while. Then I sent you guys a setup. Then it came back to this region and did what? And dropped. So if you would have stick to it, so you see you would have been able to make at least 91 pips you'd have been able to make at least 91 pips. So now that was just it on gold. So we were able to take I was able to take what? I was able to take a long position on gold. So I took first long position on gold somewhere around this region. Reasons to it that market has taken out this liquidity here. We had the liquidity resting here. So we had this low here, market took it out. We have this low here, market took it out. So basically I was anticipating to see if this market now could actually buy to clear the buy side liquidity and then reject it. This move now I was expecting to reject it. So unfortunately the market went down a little bit more. Then I tried engaging here also again, then it stopped me. Then if you guys remember when we are having a morning shower, okay, not you guys, sorry, it's actually our students. So while we are having class with them, so I already told them that we are anticipating gold to do what, to bounce off around 1808. And if you guys also pay attention to the morning shower, I yesterday said that I'm expecting gold to fall freely to 1808. That's where I'm expecting the bullish pressure to come in. So immediately gold came into 1808. I know it was already a game time, so we engaged and we were able to cut off with this strong move to the upside. So now this morning also I also know that because I'm still on this trade, I'm still here, so I knew that why gold took out this buy side, this sell side liquidity is gonna do what, is gonna bounce off. So currently I'm still bullish on gold, still very bullish on gold. So you see gold took out the buy side liquidity, then retested this region here. Already had this to be retested. Already tested this already. So now what am I expecting on gold now? So let's see what happens somewhere around here. Let's see what happens somewhere around here. So let's see how gold reacts here. Let's see how gold reacts here. So we have liquidities here. So you have liquidities there. So let's see what happens somewhere around there. So I would actually want to see if gold can bounce off from this region. So let's see if it can bounce off for this one. So we have liquidities resting here also. So let's see what happened there. So I would want to see gold bounce off from there, then continue going higher all the way down to here. So basically if you come to daily time frame, you can see that I'm actually expecting gold. I already have this set up long time ago. About a long time ago. So I was expecting gold to bounce off from here and continue going higher, at least come back to somewhere around this region, take out this liquidity. So that's basically what I'm expecting from gold. So coming back to that 15 minutes time frame here, so I would want to see if gold can bounce off from this region, thereby having stop loss below this low. So let's see what happens there if gold can bounce off from this region. So let's see if gold can bounce off from that region. So we see we have, okay, I think we have order block here on 5 minutes. So you can either use this. So let's monitor here and also monitor the other block. So these are the two areas where I'll be looking to buy gold now. That's where I'll be looking to buy gold. So if I see a reaction here, I'll buy here. If I don't see a reaction here, then I'll buy here. So thereby having my stop loss below here. Okay, so this is basically what I'll be looking at from gold now. This is what I'm looking at for gold. So let's see how it plays out. So you guys, if you have any questions, you can kindly unmute the mic and